Third quarter set to go. Interact semifinals. Malvern Prep leads Lawrenceville 4-3. Malvern Prep in their home whites, Lawrenceville road blacks. Finley against Kelly back at the face-off logo here on campus at Cabrini College. The Interact Invitational put on by the Pattison Sports Group, and Jeff Long doing a great job of getting tremendous local talent on the field at the same time. And thank you for making CUDA.com the most popular high school lacrosse website. Over 2.3 million views this year, breaking our previous season high of 2 million even in 2012. Still a little bit sloppy play, and credit that to both teams having tremendous defenses, as well as the intensity of the moment sometimes has you clutching your shaft a little bit tighter. It's going to be a tough decision to see who's going to be the Under Armour Underclass Elite Star of the game. Booker Corrigan and Rudy Plahovovic on the call with you. Kevin McGeary down the wing, shot outside of the net, no good. And Griffin Thompson making chase. Thompson, just a freshman, nifty little over-the-head flip to himself. Ball picked up by Stowe Faircloth, moved along the side, and right underneath the grandstand. Dean Lamella, excuse me. Nick Minnow. And now it's MJ Flood. Third quarter brought to you by Strid Wealth Management. One-hand shot by MJ Flood. Strid Wealth Management helping you preserve that family capital. Thrilled to have Strid Wealth Management on board as a sponsor to the third quarter here at the CUDA.com Game of the Week. A doubleheader at Cabrini College. And of course our title sponsor, Unequal Technologies, helping protect the most important part of the game, your head. Again, great defenses, just preventing the offenses from being able to click. But credit the nice inside play. Grayson Helms, second goal of the day. Some might call it a garbage goal, but they all count one.
By number 9, Grayson Helm. That's an unassisted goal scored with 9:30 remaining in the third period for Lawrenceville.
And we are now tied up 4-4. Nice ground ball pickup by number 42, Drew Shantz. Shantz, just a sophomore, already committed to University of Notre Dame. Joe Dunn behind the cage. And again, a little sloppy play, but Connor Glancy, the Army commit, in the right spot at the right time. Sean Irvine getting some midfield run here. Third quarter, tied up at 4, Interact semifinals. Shot backed up by Joe Dunn. 8:38 remaining third quarter. High drama, low scoring. Glancy threatening both sides, comes around near side, kicked away by Thompson. Griffin Thompson. And that ball is going to be Lawrenceville possession. Griffin Thompson doing everything right now. I think I saw him making funnel cakes at halftime. Lawrenceville with the defensive stand, and again, credit freshman goaltender Griffin Thompson with some stellar play, and now it's John Salemi shot. Barrett shrugs that one off, backed up by Dylan Key. Third quarter brought to you by Strid Wealth Management. Strid Wealth Management, solely interested in supporting the efforts of these fine athletes and coaches. Dylan Key drives to the inside, knocked to the turf, and that's going to be Malvern ball. Joe Carlini making the tough catch in traffic, gets it to Hilburn. Hilburn shot Connor Glancy just wide on that one. Malvern doing a good job of recognizing those transition opportunities. It does not have to be a clear-cut 4-on-3. They like the 5-on-4s, 6-on-5s just as much. Joe Carlini slings it over to Chris Hilburn. Hilburn high and wide. And again, Lawrenceville back in that zone defense. Packing it in front of freshman goaltender Griffin Thompson, who may be the Under Armour Underclass Elite Star of the game. Go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com to register for that tryout. The premier recruiting event, 10 regions of the country, boys and girls. Inside pass, handled well by Mike Horrocks, senior midi. Shot by Hilburn goes wide. And senior Tommy O'Connor checks in at midfield. 4-4 still to score, 6:08 remaining third quarter. Horrocks cutting down the right wing, pushes it back up to Hilburn. Hilburn down to Tommy O'Connor. This is probably the longest possession Malvern's had all night, but you can see all 6 defenders for Lawrenceville packed in tightly. And that's one of the things the zone defense forces you to do, is make a lot of passes. Now we have a timer on at the 5:24 mark, third quarter, inside feed. Bit of a Paris Hilton there on the shot, backed up by Joe Dunn. And now Drew Shantz checks in at midfield. Shot goes wide. And they still have the shot clock in effect. The timer on, a 30-second shot clock. We have the trail official, Ron Duguay, counting with the arm. And that's going to be a timer violation as the clock winks down below the 5-minute mark. 4-4 still to score. Lawrenceville in their road blacks, Malvern home whites. Booker Corrigan and Rudy Plahuva-Huvovich here on the call with you. Lawrenceville gets it to Nick Minow. Grayson Helm, number 9 for Lawrenceville, already has a couple goals today. He may well be a candidate for that Under Armour Underclass Elite Star Player of the game. And here is Helm, driving hard right-handed. Shot deflected on its way to Matty Barrett. but Helm slinging that one off his back foot, showing why he's a Bucknell commit. Still able to put some pace on that ball. Helm, a little bit of a crazy Ivan inside feed. Save Barrett, not up in here. Not you, fat Jesus. Slide it on back. Great save by Matty Barrett, showing why he's one of the top goaltenders in the country. He just might be one of those goaltenders chosen to play in that Under Armour senior game. That is the premier high school lacrosse event. Boys and girls, the top 44 boys play a game on ESPNU July 6th down at Towson Stadium. 8 p.m. face-off in that one. Malvern back on offense. Little hitch move. Kevin McGeary. Shot goes wide, backed up by Connor Glancy. 3:15 remaining, third quarter, brought to you by Strid Wealth Management. Supporting the efforts of these fine athletes and coaches, Strid Wealth Management. Helping preserve and build that family capital. And talk about building capital. Tommy O'Connor. Tell me you're getting this, Tommy.
Malvern Prep goal scored by number 1, Tommy O'Connor. Credit the assist to number 25, Joe Carlini. That's O'Connor from Carlini for Malvern Prep with 3:02 remaining in the third quarter.
Tommy O'Connor looking like Hercules, Hercules. Kelly wins the ensuing face-off. Malvern trying to play some make it, take it. Nice pickup by Chad Rafferty. And again, that ball just can't get off the turf today. Satterweight, number 5, gets it over to Matty Barrett. And Malvern's got a little time issue here as they have a 30-second clock to get it into the box. Ball tipped by Lawrenceville. It's going to be Malvern possession, but not possessed. And now they still have to touch it in. 2.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Make sure you go to Unequal Technologies. Go to unequal.com to learn how you can keep your head in the game. You've seen it on the sidelines of Monday night or Sunday night football and being talked about by many NFL players. Unequal is a great protection for lacrosse too. Fortified with Kevlar. Go to unequal.com and use the code LAX at checkout to save 10%. Great no-look pass by Malvern's Eddie McLaughlin. As we're now under the 2-minute mark, Chris Hilburn. Nice rotation here against the zone of Lawrenceville. You got to move without the ball. 5-4 Malvern, 1:35 now remaining, third quarter. Inside feed. Hard bouncer by Chris Hilburn. A great off-ball movement. Coach Johnny McAvoy and his assistant coaches, Steve Holmes, Todd McFarland, Matt McCready's, and Mike McGuan. Matt McCready's played in that Under Armour senior game. Shot by Tommy O'Connor, rings iron. And now we get Griffin Thompson diving in as Lawrenceville almost committed an own goal. Still just a 1-goal game. Pass into the middle. A lot of traffic there. Nick Minnow unable to corral it. And Eddie McLaughlin comes up with it as we're now 50 seconds remaining, third quarter. Inside feed. Connor Glancy can't get it, and we are end-to-end. We got live action. Ryder Harkins. Dan Berg now settles it and gets it to Finley. Finley sweeping left-handed. As we're at the 20-second mark, Finley trying to get a step, gets in lefty. Finley inside shot, goal. My milkshake brings the boys to the yard. I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. Tied it up.
Goal scored by number 31,
Cinco de
PJ
Mayo.
Finley. That is an unassisted goal with 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter for Lawrenceville.
The former Malvern Prep star who transferred over to Lawrenceville, PJ Finley, committed to play at University of Notre Dame. And that tremendous coaching staff out at Notre Dame. 13 seconds remaining. Of course, all the Colgate fans love that 13. Finley driving straight down the center. Ground ball knocked into the corner. 2 seconds now in the corner. And that'll do it. Third quarter brought to you by Strid Wealth Management, solely interested in supporting the fine efforts of these players and coaches.
5, Lawrenceville 5.
Strid Wealth Management, tremendous opportunity to preserve and build your family capital.
Volkswagen is a proud
Use
sponsor
Strid
of
Wealth
the Interact
Management.
Invitational. Please stop and check out the YBH Audi